Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Bob Vandeventer. I'm the president of the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce, and on behalf of our nearly 1,000 members and our board of directors, we're honored to host today's press conference. The position statements you'll hear today from our speakers are consistent with the board-approved positions from the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce, the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce, the Midland Area Chamber of Commerce, and the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance. And that position is vote no on Proposal 6. It's my privilege today to introduce our speakers, and they are up front with us today. Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley, Judy Allen, Director of Government Relations from the Michigan Townships Association, and Sam Houston, Region Representative from the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 324. Also in support, but not here today, for vote no on Proposal 6 is the Michigan Infrastructure and Transportation Association, and they wish to weigh in on that. So without further ado, I'd like to turn the podium over to Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley.
Start out with the bridge itself and the notion of connecting to our largest trade partner, Canada. The United States has enjoyed Canada as its largest trade partner for a very long time. About 43% of everything that we sell to the world is consumed in Canada, and 20% of everything grown in Michigan is consumed in Canada. About 218,000 jobs, Michiganders, rely on work that is tied to trade with our closest trade partner. And that's what this is all about. This is about commerce and about expanding the export opportunities that we have in the state. So moving forward from here, as we sought to eliminate the hindrances to job growth in our state, the transportation system, but particularly the bottleneck that exists between Detroit and Windsor with respect to gaining access to our largest customer in the world. Fixing that bottleneck became a clear priority. And so we have put forward an option, or entered into an agreement with the Canadians, whereby the people of the state of Michigan will receive the job security that comes with better access to our largest customer, but then also an infusion of jobs, 10,000, more than 10,000 construction jobs in the beginning, and then of course the logistical and manufacturing jobs that come along with an expanse of this magnitude. But then beyond that, to do so in a way that does not result in any liability to the people of the state of Michigan. I've heard proponents of Proposal 6, which would seek to delay this particular project, indicate that there's no such thing as a free bridge. That's true. It's just that we're not paying for it. Canadians have stepped to the table to guarantee the private sector concessionaire that will design, build, finance, and run the new bridge, and also have agreed to cover the Michigan side expenses which will be paid back by tolls over the course of the coming decades. The question has arisen: what if the tolls don't cover the expenses? What if the tolls don't cover the operation? What if there's cost overruns? The interlocal agreement is very, very specific, that it is the responsibility of the Canadian government to cover all of these shortfalls. Why would they do this? Well, if you look back, first of all, we have a trade relationship that's every bit as important to them as it is to us, and so they recognize the importance of this. But then also, if you look back in time when the Blue Water Bridge was first built, the roles were reversed. It is the state of Michigan who paid all the expenses, took on all the risk, and even paid to connect the bridge to the Canadian freeway system. And so now, this time, it's the Canadians' turn, our greatest friends in the world, to take on the responsibility to fix this transportation bottleneck. Now that's the case for the bridge itself. Proposal 6, though, because of very sloppy legal work, presents an additional risk and an additional challenge to the people of the state of Michigan and our transportation system. They are proposing to put into the Constitution a definition of international bridge or tunnel, which you see highlighted right here, that says, any bridge or tunnel which is not open to public and serving traffic as of January 1st, 2012, not any bridge or tunnel connected to Canada. The Secretary of State found this to be important enough for people to understand that in the 100-word description, which is not the entire constitutional amendment, the 100-word description that you'll see on the ballot, they took out this definition and put it right in that description. Normally something as mundane as a definition wouldn't make the 100-word description for the ballot language. In this case, it is so critically important that people understand that this error will be enshrined in our Constitution, could potentially result in a requirement for a statewide vote for every single new bridge or bridge replacement in our state. Over the course of 2012, 13, and 14, there is extensive work done on new bridges or projects that total about 168 across the state. Could you imagine 168 different statewide and local votes in order to satisfy this error that would be forever enshrined into our Constitution? So we're asking for a no vote to secure the jobs that we have today that rely on Canada, trade with Canada. That we ask for no vote so that we can have job growth in our state, both with the direct construction jobs and with the expansion of trade opportunities in manufacturing and the logistical jobs that come with intermodal transportation hubs that we would have in our state with this project. But we also ask for a vote no on this, a no vote on Proposal 6, because our Constitution should not be a playground for a billionaire monopolist that simply seeks to avoid competition. Thank you for your interest in this matter.
Some of my comments may actually echo the Lieutenant Governor. My comments really are, regardless of what your position is on whether or not Michigan and Detroit, or excuse me, Michigan and Canada need to have an international bridge crossing from Detroit to Windsor. My comments are more focused on the local level and the local impact. In addition to what the Lieutenant Governor said about the economic benefits, I'm going to reference the impact this will have based on that definition. As he indicated, the language is limited actually to 89 words. And if you look at the ballot language, excuse me, not the ballot language, the amendment language, it is 394 words. This is what would be enshrined in our Constitution. And our concern is basically it would require a statewide vote for every new bridge that wasn't already built in place. Right now for 2012-13, the Department of Transportation has $80 million worth of projects pending for bridges that are not built. And if this happens, all those would have to go to a statewide and a local vote. The legislature couldn't put these on the ballot. The local, you have to have a citizen initiative because the language in this 394 words says that it has to be citizen initiative, not legislature placing it on the ballot. It would require people going out, getting signatures so that there's sufficient signatures for both statewide and local. The cost right now is about $2,000 per precinct to hold an election. There are 5,200 precincts in the state. So we're looking at over $10 million. If there's a local project in Saginaw County for a bridge that isn't already built, or it would need to be replaced. So again, this proposal has far-reaching impact, not just for the economic impact of the state, but to every local community. And we don't want to have to go through the cost of that or the process for projects that are already in the pipeline and those that are yet to come. So on behalf of the Township Association, I would just urge again a no vote on this proposal.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sam Houston. I'm a regional business representative of the statewide labor organization known as the Operating Engineers. We represent approximately 15,000 people here in the state of Michigan, and obviously our concern over Proposal 6 is the stopping of the tens of thousands of jobs that will be created, one, for the new international trade crossing bridge, and two, as the Lieutenant Governor has mentioned, the various and multiple MDOT projects that MDOT would be seeking to do that would also be hung up by the passage of Proposal 6. So from a worker standpoint, we're very concerned about this proposal passing. We are obviously against Proposal 6 for that reason. And we have to work together in order to uptick our economy, in order to create jobs. We have to have the avenues for those jobs to be started and to be facilitated. So with the new international trade crossing, if we get that, the international hub that will be created from that, the crossings, it's not just this is a state of Michigan bridge. This is a bridge that brings commerce across the entire state of Michigan. So we would also advocate that you vote no on Proposal 6.